Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to having a great day. Here we are at a beautiful oceanside harbor, and today in this video we're going to be checking out and reviewing the 2021 Audi S5. And here it is right in front of us, finished in quantum gray. And this paint color looks so good on this car. Now, if you're not familiar, the S series is right above the A series for Audi, and it's right under the RS, which is basically their race sport, and this is their standard sport series. But in this video, we're gonna show you what you could actually do to the sport series Audis, namely the S5. This is no ordinary S5. The owner of this car got into it with the mindset of, I'm gonna save some bucks, I'm not gonna pay too much for an RS model, I'm gonna find a really good deal on an S5, and I'm gonna make it even faster. And I'm gonna show you in this video just how much faster you can make this car with a simple bolt-on and tune. It's freaking incredible. First off, I want to mention the horsepower output. Standard, it's 350 horsepower with that single turbo 3-liter V6. Now with this tune, the owner is putting down 500 horsepower. And he tells me, even with the standard 265 Continental tires that come with this car, he thinks he's putting down at least 3-second 0 to 60s. Not just that, this car also has tons of carbon fiber accessories fitted on the outside. It's not overboard. Some Audis I see on the road, the owners go absolutely bonkers with all the exterior modifications, but this is clean. This is how you do it, in my opinion. Also, from the factory, this car does have the optional black optics package, which you can see all the black touches around the side windows and more throughout the car. However, I'm just such a fan of this market segment because you can get one of these cars, drive it every day, drive it to work, but also tune it and make it incredibly fast. They're fun. They're just fun vehicles to own, and the personality and the sleeper traits you can get with them is just so exciting. In this video, we're gonna find out how it drives, and we're gonna do a launch control, so I cannot wait to see that. But anyways though, let's go over the rest of the car for this S5 review. Right away, let's go over the rest of the carbon fiber upgrades. Right down below, you have a Carbell, hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, off carbon fiber front splitter, and towards the sides of the vehicle, you have that carbon fiber side skirt down below, which works cleanly with the car, has a gloss finish. You have a carbon fiber spoiler lip in the back. Coming all the way down, you have this massive carbon fiber diffuser out back. And what's cool is that you actually have a tow hook out back. So if you ever take it to the track, you can definitely mount your tow hook in the back and you will be all set to finish off the race car vibe. Altogether, the stance of this vehicle is very impressive to me. I think if I were to get like a daily car I can use for like a camera vehicle when it comes to shooting videos, this would be a pretty good pick. And one other thing to note, coming to the front bumper, you can see Audi's use of the hexagons. Now, similar to the Lamborghini LP610-4 Huracan we reviewed, you can find these hexagons all throughout the front grille and elsewhere throughout the vehicle. Since Lamborghini is owned by Audi, it makes sense seeing similar design traits on other models. The finished product in general just looks extremely aggressive and accompanied with these LED lights on either side. This car has presence. Anyways though, let's pop the hood and check out that motor with the other upgrades Dave has done to this car. A nice touch to mention is that, well, first off, you may notice that this front radiator is much bigger than a standard model, and we'll get to that shortly, but coming all the way down, aiming the camera straight up, you would think that the splitter blends in with the front fascia body and it gets closed down here, but nope, technically it's not. You get maximum airflow all throughout, even above the front splitter. So whereas this splitter generates downforce, you're also getting cooling because that air that's pushing down in the front of the car is going straight into this front intake. Another cool black touch that comes with the black optics package is this blacked out S5 badge on the side. side. One interesting thing about the S5 is that you actually have a square contact patch all around, that being 265/30/20s. So you can actually, if you wear out your front tires because the engine is up here to turn and use it to turn the vehicle, you can essentially swap them all around, and even with the backs. That is so cool. And these wheels are still stock. Same with the brake assembly. You have 13.8-inch rotors up front and then 13 out back. Look how small those calipers are. So you actually can fit your surfboard in here.
Yep, I can fit a 8-foot surfboard in there if I wanted to.
So you're rolling up in style and then pulling out a surfboard. That's so cool. And here we go, popping up the hood of the S5. Now right away you can see the hot V underneath this plastic cover from certain angles. Coming to the left, I want to point out a few of the upgrades. Right away you can see the cold air intake from the brand 03434. And then to the right side, this is a must, the owner is telling me, because stock you will get heat soak. This is an APR intercooler, which bending down again, you'll notice how this radiator, this intercooler, is so much bigger than stock. Stock, it's like right here in the middle. You're getting a ton more surface area for more air to cool down the engine. Moving to the top left, you can see the E85 sensor, and to the right, the high pressure fuel line, and then its counterpart below. Not too much stuff, right? Which is so cool to think about. You can gain 150 horsepower just like that. And if you weren't running E85, Dave was telling me that even with this tune alone and with the other minor modifications, he gained 50 horsepower to 400. Let's go ahead and close this up, hop inside, check out the interior, and go for our first drive. Alrighty, this is the key for the S5. Pretty cool if you ask me, but unlock it. Actually, Dave's already sitting inside, so that's the funny part. How you doing, Dave?
Good,
Up the seats moving forward. That's funny. Dude, really appreciate the chance to check out this car and experience it. Major Audi fan myself, and I love the spec that you got with all the suede Alcantara and the big red aftermarket paddle shifters. That's a nice touch, dude. But anyway, so let's go ahead and get ready to drive. Now, you were telling me this car has an active exhaust system, but you can control it through a
unit? So it's through AWE. It's the AWE switch path exhaust. So they actually give you this really cool little Bluetooth thing. So you gotta put your foot on the brake to get going there. Let's see. Yep, so it's on.
Okay, start it up.
Yep.
That's pretty mean already, man.
Yeah, so one of the bummers is, yeah, you have to cycle now back into dynamic mode to engage any type of crackles or anything within the ECU, because without it, it just shuts all of that off.
That's gotta be addicting to do that all day, or what?
No, my neighbors would kill me. So now I can go to just comfort mode and watch, now rev it.
Oh, so it's not gonna have it. That is so funny, man. Oh my gosh,
So
I love the
great
pops.
thing about a good tune.
The infotainment system and all the screens in this car, I'm a big fan of how Audi does it. Anyways, putting into drive, same switch gear as the R8 that I drove recently. That was a fun one. And to go in the manual, how'd you do it again? Are we in manual?
In, and right there, now you're in the manual.
Here's the key so it doesn't fly.
Like this cool little key holder spot right here for it.
And it'll stay there, right?
Yep.
So if you ever take it to the canyons or something, it's not gonna fly around.
It won't fly around. It hasn't yet.
Oh my gosh, man, the turbos sound really, really cool. Well, the sound the car's making is just...
It's pretty loud for a closed air box too, huh?
Oh my gosh, I love the noises. It sounds incredible. Like right around 3,000 the pitch changes, right? Then when you downshift, you get the pops and crackles. That's perfect. Which way should we go?
Left right here.
Gotcha.
So you'll be able to feel kind of what it's like in cruising, because the great thing about this car is you can make it as sporty as you want, or you can make it as comfortable as you want, especially with the adaptive dampers.
This is the stiffest setting for
right
those?
Now, everything's the stiffest setting.
Oh, I love that buck it just gave me. That was awesome. We're going carpool lane, actually. this thing, it feels so sporty. I'm having so much fun right now. Let's do another pull right here. Dude, honestly, doing those pulls just now, it's really exciting the sounds this car makes.
You can feel the torque too, huh?
Yeah, I can feel it. I can feel the torque, those gear changes are so exciting too, because you can feel them. Some cars, when you upshift, it's smooth as butter and it's not like thrilling. This, so you can feel that slight buck and it tells you, hey, I just manually changed the gear myself and getting back on power. It kind of reminds me a bit of my McLaren up high in the RPM, to be honest with you, with the way the turbos feel, because it just starts really taking off.
Yeah, so it's 601 feet-pounds of torque.
600?
Yep, and 500 horsepower crank.
So how much gas mileage do you get with E85? 8 miles per gallon. Wow, that is well, you know what? You're saving money on gas. How much is E85?
It's about $3.60. Before this whole thing, it was about $2.89.
$2.89. So why is E85 gas prices going up?
Because there's still gas and ethanol in the E85. So it's 85% ethanol and the rest is gas.
Even the brakes too, they feel pretty gradual, to be honest with you. It's not the most aggressive bite right away. Is it just me, or the second you shift and it gets in the next gear, the acceleration just hits much harder?
Yeah.
Do you notice that?
Yep.
Is that just the way it's tuned, or?
That's just the way the turbo and everything is in this. This ZF8's transmission is insane. You know, it's you would think for a torque converter based transmission it'd be slow, it'd be sloppy, but ZF makes a great transmission.
Actually, you're right. For not being a DCT, even downshifting, it seems pretty quick, and upshifting again, let me feel it again. So taking a look at all the different display options you have in this car, this can get a bit overwhelming, Dave. Do you ever leave it in these settings?
No, I typically keep it like the very basic. They have like a race mode type setting too that just removes everything. You just have your
Oh really? How do we do that?
And your miles per hour.
I think this is how I'd leave it, because I love simplicity, to be honest with you. But this gauge is very similar to the RS6 that I drove recently. It feels similar to the car itself, but I think what you've done with it is that you've made it much more sporty than what I would expect for an S5. And with that being said, it feels even similar to the C63 I drove recently as well. Get off here.
Yep.
Oh, tunnel. You know what tunnel means, right? Okay, so getting on power, then back on the brakes. Man, that's fun. Hearing an echo off the freaking bridge. There's a lot of different noises going on, and it really fulfills, I think, all the sportiness that you're trying to go after, man. Again, this is what you've done with it. I'm a big fan, and I can definitely see why you went down this route, because you can keep increasing power relatively easily, right?
Yep.
We got a pop that time on the upshift.
Yep.
So is that a certain RPM when it does that?
Yeah, when you get really close to the red line, it will pop like that.
Let's try that again real quick. Hopefully you're not flying around too much in the passenger seat, but it definitely feels like 500 horsepower. I just can't stop laughing because the way it sounds. This is a 6-cylinder and it sounds this good. Usually I have more to talk about, but I'm actually speechless. This is a funny.
When you get in a family car like this,
yes,
because you know you can make like the RS6s, the RS7s. You can really tune those, but you're spending so much money on a car. This is a $60,000 car out the door, and you're getting yourself up to 500 crank horsepower, 600 feet-pounds of torque.
It doesn't feel big. The steering feel is tight, it's direct. It's not the most sharp when it comes to like the steering ratio of, you know, barely turn the wheel and it'll turn. Oh, but next to Legoland. That's so funny. What I'm trying to explain though is the car, it doesn't feel like a typical family 4- or 5-seater vehicle. You can have fun with this, and I'm not feeling any power loss like you mentioned earlier. Would you notice the power loss usually if you do non-stop pulls?
Not since since I have an upgraded intercooler, which is like the most important thing with these cars, because the hot V design, they get really hot. You can see we're still at 208 degree oil temp. Like what you'll notice, you'll get a lot of heat soak once you get to like 240, 250. So if you're on a drag strip, that's where, like, if you do a pull right now.
Oh my God. Actually, right there I noticed it. So right under 3,000 RPM, well, I think right after 3,000 RPM to 4, that's when you really start feeling the turbos kicking in. And that's when the acceleration just comes on hard, extremely hard. And it makes it very thrilling to those pulls non-stop. Oh gosh, that's so fun.
The traction control.
That You're kind of getting the pops and the crackles on the downshifts, right? Like right now?
Oh yeah. No, you trust me, you'll be able to hear those.
Hope you didn't mind that one, but I had to do it next to all of the cars so they could hear the noises, the glorious noises. Gotcha. Yeah, I prefer this stiff setting, to be honest with you, because it completely finishes off the vibe of the car. So in this dynamic sport setting, obviously again, the adaptive suspension dampers have been adjusted. So in the corners, it should have less body roll.
Yeah.
It should feel more flat.
Yep.
And then getting on power, do you notice that does it give you like a slip angle at all? Or is it pretty well, just all 4 corners are hooked and doesn't have a kick out?
It's hooked.
It's hooked?
You'll see when you launch it.
You've got the Quattro system too, right?
Yeah, Quattro. But the thing, you'll notice there's a little bit of wheel spin, which when you're in an all-wheel drive car, like, what the heck? You'll notice wheel spin.
Excited to experience the Quattro. Let go now?
Yep.
Oh my gosh! Dude! That felt violent right there. I got like the motion sickness you get on a roller coaster just now. But like when your stomach, it's kind of like feels like butterfly effect. Wow, that's more G's in the C8, I think, 0 to 60. That was incredible because you're in a vehicle this big. You could roast anybody, right?
Off the line,
Right?
it's quick, right?
Yeah.
But then on a quarter mile, the C8 and everything, so the fastest one right now with a hybrid turbo on E85 is about 10.1 second quarter mile time.
Really? Should we try it again right here, actually?
Yeah, go for it.
Sorry to cut you off, but man, that is just so thrilling. And this is just your first tune,
Yep.
right?
Stage 1.
So it's rolling on its own.
Yep, so left foot all the way down.
Wow. Yeah, the Quattro system does a phenomenal job. All right, I just turned off the S5. I love the carbon fiber everywhere and all these amazing displays. But getting out of the car, let's join back up with Dave. Dave, dude, getting out of the car just now, I'm speechless. So whiplash effect, that's what you feel, the torque, right?
It's just a tune. Stage 1 tune gets you that kind of power.
I really appreciate the chance to experience this car. You've made me a proper Audi enthusiast and Quattro fan because the way that all-wheel drive system works, it's brutal. I love the way it works in the R8 as well, but just seeing it in not the mid-engine exotic type car, in a more affordable sports car is just so exciting. And yeah, I would highly recommend for all of you guys who have an S5 or are in the market, look into possibly tuning your vehicle because with E85 you can definitely achieve a lot fairly quickly and easily. Don't forget to follow Dave right here on Instagram for more of his Audi adventures and
Surfer car.
Yep. Surfer Car Dude, who's reminded me his Instagram name because I probably forgot it. But I'll have it floating on the screen right now. Plus, he's getting, again, a new Lotus, and that's got to be extremely cool. Excited for you, man. But anyways, though, guys, make sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe for much more great content coming out your way. You can still hear the fans going on, right?
I know.
That is so awesome. Anyways, I'll see all of you in the next episode. Don't forget to let us know what you think of this S5.